Let's see. The other thing I want to talk about is this. Oh, Sargon. When I was red pilling, Sargon of Akkad played a key role in my red pill experience. I view Sargon of Akkad as kind of like Tim Pool in many respects. I watched a lot of Tim Pool when I was first red pilling. Again, this was back in like 2019, and my husband introduced me to Sargon of Akkad as well. And so I used to watch Sargon and Tim Pool like it back in 2019, and they were two of my main sources where I was really digging in when I was red pilling. Well, both of them have turned out to be a little disappointing to me in many, 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 many ways. But one of the most disappointing things I think about Sargon is like I think that both Sargon and Tim Pool are actually really smart people. I don't think that they're bad people necessarily. I think that they're smart people. I'm a little disappointed that Sargon of Akkad has not well figured out that there is a difference between liberal and socialist. And so when Mythinformed sent this out, well, I retweeted it today, I guess. They sent out this video of Sargon saying, the purpose of critical race theory is to institute communism. He's not wrong, but he doesn't understand why he's right is the problem. It is through weakness of liberalism that CRT has conquered. Liberalism can't mount a defense against CRT because CRT comes from within liberalism. Well, there's many things that are wrong with this. Number one, you think liberalism can't mount a defense to CRT? What have conservatives done? Because I live in a state where Republicans high-fived each other over passing an anti-CRT law. And because I was involved in that bill, and I've read that bill that they're all like, we passed an anti-CRT bill in New Hampshire. I know that the anti-CRT bill that was passed in New Hampshire does not prevent the teaching of critical race theory in any way. In fact, there's a school district in New Hampshire that has on their homepage, on their website, it's SAU 16, it's the Exeter Region Cooperative School District. They have on their homepage that they are breaking the anti-CRT law, and they actually are. State of New Hampshire won't enforce it. So there's a law that doesn't actually prevent the teaching of critical race theory. The Republicans in the state of New Hampshire won't even enforce it when schools are bragging on their website that they're breaking the state law. Like, you want me to say that conservatives have mounted an offense against critical race theory? Because that's just stupid. But beyond that, what I actually tweeted here was, hi, Sargon. CRT does not come from within liberalism because it doesn't. Critical theory comes from socialists. Socialists and liberals are not the same thing. In fact, socialists hate liberals more than they hate conservatives. I really wish you guys would stop misinforming people. I feel like I was rather nice. I feel like I could have gotten way more heated, to be honest. I was like, please stop fucking lying. Can we just not? Because liberals and socialists are not the same thing. The socialists at the Socialism Conference spent more time complaining about the liberals than they did complaining about the conservatives, and that is the truth. Because socialists do not like liberals. Well, you know what Sargon's response was? You aren't even prepared to repeal the Civil Rights Act. Sargon of Akkad seems to be under the mistaken impression that I'm a liberal. Now, there may have been a time when I thought I was a liberal, back when I was way in the early stages of my red pill experience, where I was like, I'm a liberal, I've always been a liberal, I'm not giving up the title of liberal. I never said I was a classical liberal. However, I haven't considered myself to be a liberal in fucking years. I became an anarcho-capitalist like 2.5 years ago, when I realized how inept everything was, and then I was like, burn it all down. So not only, Sargon, am I in favor of repealing the Civil Rights Act, I'm in favor of repealing the entire federal government. So to say that you will never fight critical race theory because you will not even repeal the Civil Rights Act, bullshit, bro. And even furthermore than that, Sargon, I'm pretty sure I'm more far right than you are. I would like to burn down the entire Department of Education, figuratively FBI, figuratively. I'm not setting fire to anything. I would just like if Vivek Ramaswamy came in and abolished it, I'm not crying or anything. Not only would I like to do that, I would like to defund public education entirely. I would like to completely privatize as much as we possibly can. And, you know, if there was a way to get rid of the entire government and never see it again, I would be completely effing fine with that. So, yeah, that does actually include the Civil Rights Act because I basically think that the government is ruining everything. And you know, it took me a while to get there. I'll admit I wasn't an anarcho-capitalist overnight. But once I realized how stupid most people were and that a high proportion of those stupid people work in the federal government, oh, I got there really quickly. I'll tell you what. But the reason I bring this up is because Adam Friend had responded to me, and I've always liked him. I've always liked him and Sitch. I'll be honest, I actually really do like them. And he directed me to this 3-hour discussion that Sargon had where he was deconstructing liberalism. And he said to me, I fucking love Adam Friendon. He said to me, he was like, we had him on to talk about his ideas and we didn't even get past definitions. So my point is this, guys. There may be a Nitwits episode in the not too distant future. Maybe even tonight if I'm feeling sassy. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Actually, it'll probably be tomorrow if I'm honest about it. But there may be a Nitwits episode in the not too distant future in which I watch this 3-hour debate with Sargon of Akkad and Sitch and Adam. And I yell at the computer for at least 8 hours because it's a 3-hour stream. So that means there's going to be at least 8 hours of yelling. And I asked Adam Friend, I said, am I going to be yelling at the computer at this? He said, oh, of course you are, Carlin. I was like, oh, great. So that'll be coming up. Look for that. And in the meantime, can someone please explain to Sargon that I'm a fucking anarchist and that not only am I in favor of repealing the Civil Rights Act, I'm in favor of repealing probably more government than he is? Can someone please explain to him, in addition, that liberals and socialists are not the same thing? Am I asking too much? Am I asking too much? I don't think I am.